For John, supplying the mine was more than a job. It was the bedrock of his community. It represented years of hard work culminating in a life he had carefully built. Cash flowed steadily, and life felt secure, predictable. His wife, Sarah, stayed home caring for their 2 kids. John was the only breadwinner, a role he carried with immense pride. The business wasn't just a ledger of profits. It was a promise of stability for his family and a source of opportunity for his neighbors. But stability is fragile, often shattered from within. Stephen, a jealous logistics officer, saw an opportunity not to build, but to break. He envied John's success, believing it was unearned. So he began to systematically dismantle it. He started rerouting contracts to his own cronies, poisoning relationships with whispers of incompetence, and burning bridges that had been built over years of unwavering trust. Each move was calculated, a quiet act of sabotage designed to go unnoticed until it was too late. Though his scheme was exposed, consequences would come much later. Suddenly, payments stopped. The silence from the accounts department was deafening. Trucks sat idle, their engines cold, their purpose gone. The phone, once a tool for business, now rang only with angry voices demanding money that wasn't there. Debts ballooned, and the weight of it all was crushing, a physical pressure on his chest that never eased. With only John's income, every missed payment cut deeper. Their bills stacked up like unread warnings, a monument to their collapsing world. The dream was turning into a nightmare. Ruin felt inevitable, a dark tide pulling them under. But ruin doesn't get the final word. Not for those who refuse to surrender. Not here. They chose to fight back. Together, in the quiet of their home, they faced the chaos head-on. They mapped every loss, listed every debt, and prioritized what mattered most: survival. It was a painful inventory of their failure, but it was also the first step toward reclaiming their future. They called every contact, swallowing their pride to ask for patience and understanding. They negotiated with creditors, offering honesty when they couldn't offer cash. And they rebuilt their strategy, not with grand gestures, but step by stubborn step. Sarah stretched every naira at home, becoming a master of resourcefulness, shielding the kids from the worst of the storm. Meanwhile, John found new partners, smaller ones, who valued honesty over shortcuts. These small wins began to compound. An on-time payment led to slightly better terms. A fulfilled contract restored a sliver of their reputation. This time, they built differently. They learned to vet every contract, scrutinizing the fine print. They demanded rigorous cash discipline, creating standard operating procedures that protected them from betrayal. They built systems that made their business resilient, not just profitable. Trust returned, slower than cash, but stronger. Later, after John was back on his feet, Stephen was finally sacked. It was earned in the integrity of their actions, in making early payments to suppliers, and in hiring 2 local youths who needed a chance. This is a miracle from God. It's grit. It's the cleanup after the storm. It's the quiet resolve to build something better from the wreckage. It's choosing dignity over despair every single day. Because when someone knocks you down, you don't just get up. You get up smarter. You get up stronger. Rebuild, reclaim, repeat.